Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. This video is all about my strategy in the marketplace right now. This is Sunday, March the 20th. All right, so this is a timely video. It's this time of year only that I'm really looking at this and the way the market is now. And this video is like, do not sell. Buy now. This is your greatest opportunity. And this is just my opinion, right? So before we get into the video, if you want to join my channel, you can just by going to my main screen, hit the join button, become a member if you like. It's $1 a month, and that gets you into all my member giveaways and also extra benefits that are coming in the future. And then if you want to subscribe, you can do that too. That would be cool. If you just want to watch the video, that's no problem at all. But please comment down below if you did have something to say about the video. If you have a comment, I'd love to hear it. Let's get the conversation going. But my whole point about this video is my opinion. All right. So like I said, any of the videos that I do are just my opinion. This is my strategy only. This is my advice I'm giving, but you can take it or leave it. Whatever you're doing is right for you. Just remember that, have a plan with everything you're doing, just like I'm doing. I'm trying to put a plan together and I'm showing you that today. So like I said, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. And I just wanted to get it out there to you guys, but this is what I'm doing. And I really think it's a good strategy to go. So let's get into it. So like I said, do not sell right now. You want to be a buyer, okay? Because this is the greatest opportunity. Let's get on to the next part, all right? So this might be your best chance, okay, to make huge future gains in this market in Veve, all right? This might be your best chance that people have had since way back when, in the beginning or a year ago. There's a lot of people celebrating Veve birthdays, at this time. If you notice on Twitter and all that kind of stuff, people have been here about a year or so, and people who were here at that particular time, a year ago or even into the summer 2021, they had great opportunities to buy stuff up for long term. And right now, this is my opinion that you are in this exact kind of moment again, totally different circumstances, of course, but a great opportunity to make huge future gains. So if you think that this Veve app isn't going to be around, then, I've got news for you. This app is going to be around a long time. And we are in a position right now where the market's low. People are literally giving stuff away. And if you really want to make future gains, and if this is the best time that I have ever seen in order to be able to buy stuff in the secondary market, and after drops as well. When drops come out, and I've never seen these kind of prices right after the drop, you can scoop up stuff next to the box price, which is absolutely incredible. But I'm going to make this video more about the secondary market, what I'm doing there, what I'm going after, what I would recommend to you to go after, right? So this is just, like I said, my opinion. So let's get a little bit further into it. So like, why would I say that this is your best chance? Well, like I said, there are people who are literally giving stuff away. They're trying to sell out, and it's totally cool. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. If you're selling stuff at cheap and you're just trying to liquefy stuff, or if you have multiples, no problem. But the rest of us, the people who aren't selling right now because the prices are low, we're buying, okay? We're buying stuff up at cheap, all right? And this is long-term thinking. All right, this is what I always do, is long-term thinking, but I do have some short-term goals that I'll show you in a little bit, things that I think that people could be going after now for short-term success. And when I say short-term, I mean over the next couple of months. I don't mean over the next 2 hours to flip. I'm talking about over the next month or so, so that's my thinking of short term. And I'm also thinking about, like, when I say long term, I mean like a year or two out, like that kind of long term, like further away. So if you're here for the long haul, you're in a really great position, right? So this is what I'm getting into. These items over here are about basically what I'm buying now, or what I'm looking to buy now. And this is for short term, for the next couple of months, right? So let's get into it a bit. I'm buying, if you look down below, it says anything Deadpool, right? So Deadpool is actually doing okay in regards to his comic book in the app. You can pick up that first appearance, New Mutant 98 comic. It's really quite nice, and it's actually going to be quite good for the future for short term, because we are getting a Deadpool 3 movie that's coming. They're starting to film it. There's lots of stuff about going on with Deadpool. They released another #1 comic in the app that you could stack for Master Collector, and the Deadpool first appearance has never been at a better price. It is so fantastic to pick up right now. That's what I'm looking at too, right? So X-Men comics are another thing that I'm buying now because of the mutants that are coming to the MCU. We know it's happening. They've given us lots of X-Men. So if you can get X-Men 4 or any of the other ones at like higher, like rarity levels, then I think you're doing awesome as well for the short term. Those are going to go as soon as we get the mutants in here the next few months, as soon as they give us word of it, after the Doctor Strange movie with Professor X, in the trailer, we're going to get more and more mutants, and they're coming. So this is a great short term kind of, thing to put, if you want to put some gems aside into those X-Men comics. Specifically, X-Men 4 is a really good one, obviously, right? But we have some others too, and we have some characters now that are coming in that are mutants as well. So think about that. My next short-term thing is Fantastic Four, and those are the first appearances. If you can pick up like a Mr. Fantastic, I've seen him for around 20 gems now, which is amazing. If you pick a few of those up and they announce him anytime now, it's imminent that they're Fantastic Four coming. If they announce him and you got the first appearance, it's definitely going to be a bit of a bump there for him. So that's a nice short term over the next month or two. And then you have the other first appearances of Fantastic Four. They are coming to the MCU, okay, with the Illuminati group that's rumored to be like almost basically confirmed in the Doctor Strange movie. Mr. Fantastic is a big part of that, and we know they're coming to the MCU at some point, right? So also another thing you could go after short term that are really doing really well right now, that are really strong, but still at a great price, are the NYX comics, with the X-23, Wolverine girl, basically. That is a very great comic. And the reason is that if you haven't seen the Logan movie with, the last sort of movie with Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine, she's in that, and there's like a lot of backstory. And obviously we think that she's coming to the MCU and in a big way. So, that's a really great comic that dropped that's being slept on a bit. I know I picked up as many as I could. I'm going to grab more for the short term because it's doing just fine right now. And then also we have Rewind Collective. Now, don't forget, we're supposed to get a second drop of Rewind Collective this month. So if you want to get some short-term stuff, you might want to look at what we have in the Rewind Collective folder in the app, because we actually have some, another collection that's confirmed. And if we just get into that in just a minute, I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm buying up for the long term, right? But let me just skip past that. This is the Rewind Collective article that we had in Vanity Fair. I made a video about this about a month ago. The video link is in the description. You should go back. If you haven't seen it, watch the video as a refresher, or go read the article on Vanity Fair's website. It tells you all about Rewind Collective. It tells you all about its big time, talks about Veve in there. And in my video, you'll see how I break it down. And we're getting, that's coming. We're getting a second collection, for Women's History Month. That's this month, right? So that's coming any minute. They're going to announce what it's going to be, and that's going to cause a nice little boost for the Rewind Collective stuff. It should, right? And like I said, if you want to pick one up, this is one of the big ones, right? The Pride. This one's fantastic in the market. It's actually dropped down since my video, which is at a great buy-in price of $5,600. If you have those kind of gems, if you're interested in long-term thinking, I mean, this is a big brand, and this is also like a really big NFT. So let's get back up to what I'm buying, now for the long term, right? So this is long-term stuff. This is what I'm doing. And like I said, I'm not selling anything right now. I'm only buying because this is a buyer's market, not a seller's market. Even though if you sell something really cheap, people will buy it, but you're going to be losing a lot of gems. So what I'm buying up now for the long term are all Silver Age comics. And what the Silver Age comics are, those are the earlier comics, like the earlier Spider-Mans, the Fantastic Fours, and like that era from like the 1960s, like around that time. And there's other ones as well that you could be buying up, but that's what I'm focusing on because those comic books right now are still so affordable. But long term, they're just like astounding, huge, big comics in the real world, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going also after Spider-Man first appearances in the app because Spider-Man is always solid. So we have a few first appearances. We have his regular one, that's been in the app, the one that's on the cover when you log in and all that. We have the, the zombie hunter Spider-Man. We have the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. So we have some Spider-Mans for you. And then, of course, his comic books fall into the Silver Age category. There's a couple in there that I'm really focused on. So those are great for long term. You cannot go wrong, okay? You just can't go wrong. OG Golden Moments are the ones that I really want to pick up again as well. There's the new ones that just dropped, and you can get them for so cheap. So I have grabbed a couple of those for long term, but the Golden Moments, you guys, we know we're going to get more and more of them, and it's going to be a really beautiful collection, but the OG ones are still retaining really good value. So those are really good long-term holds if you can still go after them, especially if they're releasing more. Those originals are actually really, really great, right? And also we have season 1 Batmans. Okay, so we have 4 of the season 1 Batmans, and I think that these are great for long term. Right now the Todd has come down in price. It's at an entry level. It's around 5,000 to 6,000 gems. I think it's around that range. And we have the other ones around it in season 1, and those ones are fantastic for long term holds. So think about that, right? That's what I'm doing. What are you doing, right? Let me know in the comments what you're going after. Are you a seller right now? Are you liquefying? Are you selling stuff for cheap? And that's okay if you are. That's your strategy, right? Like I said, this is just my opinion, and this is just what I'm doing, right? So it's advice I'm giving, but at the same time, take it or leave it. It's up to you, right? Now we have this little article. Like I said, you can go check the link out for Rewind Collective. That is coming soon. We got the Pride right there, but I have some bonus material that I want to get into as well. I always try to do this at the end, and this involves the MCU, right? So there's a really cool article that I put a link in the description, and it outlines what the MCU is actually doing and their structure of their movies going forward. And it's really fantastic. And we can start seeing the effects in the Veve app and where you could start planning a long term, right? So like I said, Veve is going to be around for a long time, everybody. It's not going anywhere. Some people are going somewhere out of the app, but the rest of us are here, and there's more people that are just going to be coming all the time. So if you look at how they're breaking it down, the MCU is being split up into kind of like 7 different branches. All right. And it's really interesting. And what they mean by branches is like these are kind of like storylines that are obviously all going to converge at some major point in the future, like they did with Infinity War and Endgame. That was like a 10-year thing. So this is a long-term plan. So we have over on the left, if you look at the thing right here, we got, if you're looking at it on your screen, I guess it would be over on the left. Yeah. And so that would be the cosmic. So that's a branch. Okay. So you can check out the article and get really into it. It's in the description. But in the cosmic branch, we have Thor, the Eternals, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Fantastic Four, She-Hulk. They're all in that cosmic range, right? And of course, we have Thor, we have comic in the app and stuff like that. We have the Eternals in the app, right? So that's really cool. We have Groot, and if you look at one of the golden moments, there's a rocket, the raccoon golden moment that's actually like at Disneyland. So, we're going to get more stuff with the cosmic category. Then we have the multiverse category, the new Doctor Strange movie coming up. You got Kang, right? His comics in the app. You got Loki, and you got Wanda, which is the Scarlet Witch. Those comics are in the app. Loki with the alligator. Okay. You get the What If. That's a whole thing about multiverse. And like I said, the Doctor Strange movie that's coming. We're going to get so much more stuff in that multiverse range, right? This is how Marvel's doing it. So this is just good info for you. And Spider-Man has its own little universe that he's creating as well, with its own storylines that involve Kraven. Remember, we got that whole series of comics. We got Ghost Spider, we got Miles, we got Venom. Like Venom and Miles are in the multiverse, but they also cross over into the Spider-Verse. So that's really cool. We got, like Doc Ock, and we got the Green Goblin, and we got like, other characters that we've seen in the app. And that's a whole little section right there. Now we crosses over into the street, which is like, Marvel Street sort of category, and Daredevil's in there, and he crosses over to Spider-Man, right? But you got Kingpin, so that's Amazing Spider-Man 50 in the app, and we're going to get more characters involved in that area there with like Elektra that just dropped, and that's a whole category that they're doing. And then we have the Avengers category, like the newer Avengers. So you have Young Avengers in there as well, but you got Sam Wilson and Bucky, and like how they're going to develop the new Avengers team with Captain Marvel and all that kind of stuff. That's really interesting, right? And then down below, we have Undefined, which is Deadpool and Mutant. So we don't know where they're going to go, but we know that Deadpool 3 movie is coming soon, and it's going to be linked into the MCU somehow. So that's why I'm looking at Deadpool stuff and Mutants. They're going to be exposed soon, coming soon with Fantastic Four. We don't exactly know what their role is going to be, but it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And then we have a Supernatural branch, okay, which is like, Morbius, which is that movie coming, and we have Moon Knight, and Ghost Rider. We got that comic in. So you can see how the MCU is starting to like filter out through its like branches, right? It's starting to actually like put together these nice storylines, right? That are all going to converge at some point in the future. This is what they're doing, right? So check out the link in the article. It's really cool. It can help you start, categorizing in your head about what you're looking to go after in the Veve app. Like if you want to go after certain characters like the Ghost Rider comic, we're going to probably get Moon Knight in the app. We're probably going to get Morbius. We're going to get other things like that as we go forward. Like I said, Vive's going to be here a long time, everybody. And I know that I'm really psyched about it, right? For sure. So, like, I don't know how you guys are feeling. Let me know in the comment section. What are you doing right now? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? All right. Are you like selling stuff off for cheap? Do you have multiples? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. But like I said, my opinion is right now not to be selling. I'm not selling anything at cheap. I am just buying. And this is an opportunity that I have never seen before in the VVI. I've been here since early October. This is an opportunity that I've just never seen. And it's so fantastic because I'm a buyer, right? It's great. If you're trying to sell, I totally feel your pain. I know what you're going through. Don't worry, but if you're like actually like here for longer and you want to go through MTL and you want to go through this transition process, snag as much stuff as you can right now, lock it in the vault. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't check the market listing on it every day. Look back in a few months from now and you'll be happy. This is what I'm thinking. Now, like I said, this is just my opinion. So you got yours, you do your plan. Like I said, this is just what I'm doing, and I just wanted to share it with you. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Hit like if you did. Subscribe and join the channel if you want to see more. That would be awesome. Comment down below. We'll see you in the next video, and happy collecting.